When you start your work in Revit, first thing first, you should save your project. Go to Save As, File, Save As, Project, and save it somewhere where you know where it will be. And name it correctly. Axis Tutorial, in my case. In some cases, right now, a lot of companies will use naming conventions. If your company use naming conventions like ISO 19650 or American Standard, you should name your project according to the file naming conventions in your company. In this case, I will just name it like this. Press Save. Now, when our project saved, we can see that on top of our Revit, first thing, it's Revit version. In my case, it's Revit 2025.4, name of the file, and name of the view which we are currently in. In my case, it's floor plan level 1 architectural. Next thing, you should always keep in mind that projects in Revit, it's mostly will be, you should keep in mind that Revit is highly collaborate software, and usually if you create your project in Revit, it will be at some point shared with others, and to share it correctly, you need to specify a project base point. In default template, it will be hidden. We can turn off it or just see it in a few different ways. First way, on the bottom of your viewport, there will be bulb, which is great. Just turn it on and you will reveal the hidden elements. You can pick it and unhide it, or you can do it through the visibility graphics, VV or VG as a shortcut. It will be in model categories. You just start typing, for example, point, and you will find under site the project base point and survey point. If you have this information for your project, you will type in proper data in those. If not, let's say we're starting with a project which doesn't have yet this information, we can go and start with zeros. The survey point data, it's for our site data, just to coordinate our model on the site. And another point, it's project base point. This serves to coordinate models. For example, I'm, as an architect, will create architectural model, and other structural guy will create structural model. And to make sure that our models is aligned, we need to make sure that project base point located in the same place with the same coordinates and angle to north and elevation. So good practice to start your grids if you don't have project base point assigned in BIM execution plan. Assign to make it on the crossing of A and 1 grid, crossing of grid A and 1. Let's do it. Go to Architectural tab. In the datum, you'll see the grids. JR as a shortcut. JR. With this tool selected, we'll go straight to modify for the grids. Let's create one. We're starting from the end to start of the grid. Starting from the end to start. As you see, Revit tries to understand what sequence we have on our grids and name it correctly next in the sequence. This one 1, this one 2. Let's change it for A. And now if we go to the ribbon, modify tab, copy, CO, and copy it, move it, let's say 5,000 millimeters to the right. I drag it to the right to show direction and I type it, the value. It will be B, after it will be next and next, and so on. Let's create a few of them. This is one of the way how to create it, but I can, when I have few of them, I can pick one, press Ctrl, hold Ctrl and select another one. And now I have two grids selected, and now I can copy them with the assigning base point on the not selected grid. Move it to the right, and it will copy and name it correctly as much as we need. Pay attention, if we will copy this grid, it will not take value from this grid, it will take value from the last grid we created, from this one. So next one will not be 2, but it will be H. To correct this, we just change the name of this grid and do precisely the same. And now the sequence is correct. We can do it easily. This for horizontal planes, for the floor plans and other plans. But when we will go, now we have only two planes, level 1 and level 2. Let's go to the one of the elevations. Here's the elevations markups on the floor plan, and edit the levels in the project. I will go to this one, and as you see, level 1 is 0, level 2 is 3,600 millimeters. Let's drag a bit our grids. Pay attention, we are moving only the grids which are with the numbers in the name. We will need to edit also the grids with the letters in the name. And let's create also few levels. Let's change this one. You can just pick it, click on the value and type it in. For example, it will be 7,000 millimeters. After it, you can copy it, let's say 5,000, another 5,000, and it will automatically calculate the value and create also new level with in sequence to the previous level which was created. Pay attention. Those two levels which was created by default have blue signs, while new one is black. It's because these two levels have assigned floor plans to them, but this one doesn't. To assign floor plan to newly created level, we go to View, Plan Views, Floor Plan, and here in the list we can create new floor plan from the list of the levels which doesn't have floor plan. In our case, it's L3. Do not duplicate existing one views ticked. If we untick it, we can create another level, another floor plan for the levels which already have their plan. In this case, we don't need it. There is situation when you will need it. Let's go and create new floor plan for this one. Here's our plan, and it's blue. Also, near to every created view, there will be a box which will be white like this one, or blue in the middle like this one. What does it mean? It means that this view is already on one of the sheets, while this one is not located on any of the sheets in our project. It's good to keep in mind when you're managing a lot of views, a lot of different materials, good to keep in mind this small thing because it will help you a lot with organization of your project and printing and publishing it later on. This box, which you can see in our viewport, it's scope box. It's a good thing, but not in our need for now. And this element, it's section. We can drag it to our working area and dive a bit deeper later on also to that. This box, it's our crop region. We can hide it, we can unhide it. This one is basically borders of what will be visible if we put this view on the sheet and turn off everything which is behind the crop region. We can turn it off and turn it back on. For now, we don't need it. And for now, it takes this information from scope box. We can change it, for example, to none. And our crop view will be editable. You need to keep in mind that if your crop region is grayed out, probably it's because the scope box are enabled. Let's create a few other levels just to have everything set up to our next move. You can always move your level, typing value which you need, or you can use the move tool or MV. You just type MV and move it. You can move it just trying to grab something, one of the snaps, which Revit will provide you on any crossing in the middle of the element and other stuff. Or you can just drag it according to some other information. For example, I want to have it like 10 meters above. And I will take base point here and move it up here. And it will be on the same distance like it was from here to here, but it will be a bit up. The problem is that it is behind our crop view, so it's not visible. If we turn it back, you see the red cross, it means that crop view turn it off. That means that our view is everything which is in the model right now. Let's Control Z it. And other cool stuff here in Revit, you have your usual undo and redo, but a bit advanced. Next to the undo button and redo button, there is small triangles. If you click on them once, you will see the list of your latest commands, and you can undo them in the bunch. Not only one, but several, up to all of the commands until not reversible commands. There is some commands after which you cannot reverse your progress. Another thing, this view, its section, it's also have scope box enabled. Let's turn it off. So we will see how we can adjust our section. This blue box, it's basically what is inside our section. So it might be only like this, and we will crop from here to here and have like a slice, a thin slice of our building, or we can move this further and get more information inside our view. To get into a view, you can just double click on the element in the levels. It will be this bulb. In sections, it will be this area. And same thing with the elevations. Just double click it. This information means that this view is located on sheet A200-01, and This is a first view on that sheet. Same with others. This is a first view on A203 and so on. Same information will be on the sections if you put this section on one of the sheets. As I said before, we don't have our letters view corrected. It's from the right. Let's go from the top or bottom. As you see, we didn't edit this grids. By default, grids will be aligned and locked one to another. So when you move one grid, you move all of them. If you need to drag one of the grids a bit further or just want to that it will not be aligned, for example, one part of your building is smaller, you can just click this lock button, unlock it, and now it's not locked to others. If you need to get it back, just drag it slightly to the location of the others and it will pick the line and get back locked on with others. That's it. Now we have our project set up to start. It's saved correctly. It's grid starting at the project base point. And now we can move further.